Guys, today is literally huge. I don't know how else to describe what we have going on today, but huge. This is something that I've wanted for a very long time, and in 3 trucks I have never done. But today is the day. The astute viewer may have noticed these 2 Carli boxes sitting here in other videos in the background, and well, it's time. It's time. Ooh, that is, oh, absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. So this is obviously the Carli Suspension radius arm replacement for the 2013 3500 and the 2014 2500 and up trucks, and goodness me. Ooh, and then in here we have the limiting strap kits. So we'll put these aside for right now. Now, from what I understand, these are easy to install. Let's do it. As always, guys, this stuff should be done by a professional, and if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself at home, please do get it installed at a shop. That's the last common sense warning.
Let's get these guys. Since we're on a hill, I think we'll just do the back. Done. So to get started, you want to jack the truck up ever so slightly, but leave the wheels on the ground. And then we're going to put 2 jack stands under the frame rails, and then let the jack down a little bit so it sits on the frame rails, but the tires are still on the ground. I have the big Milwaukee Impact, the 1/2-inch electric. This is the 2863. You're going to want a 27 mil socket. I don't have a 27 millimeter wrench, so we're going to be using the good old adjustable. So let's see, these rear bushings have a
So basically how these rams are set up is this will be on one side and this will be on the other, and what this does is it actually uses itself, so you don't have to hold the opposite side. Now, one hack I will tell you is I was having trouble fitting the gun in there, so I used some good old-fashioned ingenuity and turned the wheel to give myself a little bit more space. Once we get that last bolt off the bottom, our factory radius arm should come right out. These things weigh about 10 pounds compared to the Carli ones. Oh my goodness. Honestly, that's really not hard at all, as long as you're safe and don't let it drop on you. But now I have the 2 side by side. I just want to show you the comparison. Oh my god, this thing just looks amazing. It just looks amazing, is amazing. So the big differences are this stock one, as you can see down the inside, is completely hollow, whereas this Carli one, it's solid metal all the way up to here, and it has an X weld through the middle, so it's incredibly strong. And then it also has a 17-4 serviceable joint here, which is also greasable. And if you look at that joint compared to this joint is where you get a lot of play, especially when this wears out. Keep in mind, this truck only has 1,500 miles on it.
and look at that joint already. So that's where a lot of the play comes from. And this thing is just beautiful. I almost want to put that joint around my neck, but this thing is just, I don't know. I was worried, to be honest, when I felt how heavy this was to lift, I was worried about that dropping on me, but this is nothing. This is probably, you know, 10 or 12 pounds, but these things are beefy. So let's work on getting this one back on. So first thing I want to do is kind of thread these bolts in and kind of mock them up a little bit. So I actually just got the radius arm resting on my stomach. I'm gonna put that in there. This one goes in. Now before you're completely done, you want to torque the fronts to 200 pounds and the rear to 280. Before I do the passenger side, I just want to show you, look at the factory one. Look at the factory radius arm. Ooh, look at the king. But look at the factory radius arm. And just compare it to that beefy Carli arm. I'm actually gonna just whiz the passenger one on kind of quick. It's exactly the same process as the driver one. One thing I did note that wasn't in the instructions is if you're doing it by yourself, the axle kind of moves forwards when you drop the radius arms, so you can wrap a ratchet strap around the axle, tie it to the cross member to suck the axle back when you're trying to get the bolts back in. But I'm gonna whiz through the passenger side real quick and we'll touch base before the end of the video. So guys, here we are the next morning after the install, and it got a bit late, it got a bit too dark to film, so I decided to wait till the next morning. And my first impressions of the arms are, when going over a bump, like, you know, you're coming off your driveway and there's a bump, or any kind of bridge, you know, where there's those bumps where the bridge and the normal highway connect, I can definitely feel where before the truck would have done like a side-to-side rocking motion. I can definitely feel that because of those joints, it kind of allows it to, you know, articulate a little bit more than it did before. Now, the arms, from what I understand, and don't quote me on this, but from what I understand, the arms are, you won't feel as much of a difference with the arms as you will with the sway bar, which is on the way, but the arms came first. Now, what I believe is the arms paired with the sway bar will be remarkable. For instance, I'm about to go over a railroad track. Yeah, so I can definitely tell, and obviously I'm sure you can't tell on the camera, but like I said, any kind of side-to-side articulation, which is really, I think, what the main design of the arms are for. Like I said, that joint in the rear of the sway bar really makes a huge difference, and I can tell, like I said before, where the truck would really rock kind of bad. And keep in mind, we're still on a stock sway bar at this point, so I can definitely tell that those joints are helping absorb and allowing the axle to articulate a little bit more freely. But I'm super excited to see how the arms perform when paired with the Carli sway bar, because if you don't know, on my Ram 3500 I had the sway bar but the stock radius arms, and now I'm gonna have it's actually a unique situation because now I've experienced the radius arms without the sway bar without the radius arms, and I'm looking forward to experiencing both together, because I think that will really make these heavy-duty trucks ride just, I don't even know how to describe it, amazing. Here's another one. We're gonna go over this
railroad track here. Yeah, and it's way different. It just, I mean, I know again it's hard to tell on the camera, but it's remarkable. It's really remarkable what just a set of radius arms can do. In the beginning, in my 3500, I figured I don't need them. I figured I'm not doing any jumping, anything like that, or any kind of crazy off-roading. Do I really need them? And it all just depends on you, of course, but need is a very, you know, relative word. But, you know, I would say if you want the best ride, honestly, it does make a difference. And coming from a place where, I believe that I didn't need them previously, now that I've obviously actually experienced them, paired with the rest of this Carli leveling kit, paired with the King shocks and the Carli coils, of course, you know, I have to say it's worth it. I think it is, and they ride very well. But I am excited, like I said, I am really excited to see how it all comes together when the sway bar does come in. Alright guys, that is pretty much going to wrap up the video. I think it's pretty clear to say that I'm extremely happy with the arms. Again, the link to these arms will be in the top of the description below. I still get comments sometimes. Guys, just scroll down. You don't have to click show more or anything. Right below where it says subscribe, there will be a link, and click that link. It'll take you directly to the arms. While you're down there, you might as well click subscribe, because once I do get the sway bar put on this truck, then there will be a video of that too, and we're gonna go back over the railroad tracks. Hold on, watch how smooth. Ooh, it's so nice. Like I said, I don't know, like I've said in all the videos, there's no value in me to lie to you. I have the arms whether you guys agree with my opinion or not, and I like them. I'm here to give you my opinion on these diesel truck modifications, and well, these radius arms from Carli Suspension get a thumbs up, J flat out seal of approval. So like I said, thanks for watching. Link is in the top of the description below. Click subscribe, click like, and leave your comments below on what you think of the arms. Do you have them? Have you had a good experience? Have you had a bad experience? If you're teetering or tottering on the fence, I hope I convinced you that they're worth it. That's all there is to it. So with that being said, we'll see you next video.